Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Lake Journal. I'm Tom Halleck. Just days after President Biden signed the Inflation Reduction Act that includes $370 billion to combat climate change, the largest investment ever in U.S. history.
Great to be here. What a great day.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer made a trip to the high peaks of the Adirondacks this week to tout how the package will help, offering tax credits and rebates for people who switch to cleaner energy sources, including electric vehicles and solar panels and newer electric appliances. According to Schumer, it will mean a 40% cut in greenhouse emissions by 2030.
The most important thing we did is have the largest investment in climate ever. It wasn't easy, but there's one thing I always had in front of my mind when negotiating, that knowing that we had to pass this bill. That's that sight, that view. The Adirondacks and the natural beauty of upstate New York. We know that the Adirondack Park is one of the areas, truly, on the front lines of climate change. One of the places to benefit most from the Inflation Reduction Act. For many decades, acid rain plagued this region. We know that. We can see what, changes in the globe, changes in the atmosphere can do. The toxins from the coal-fired plants who built those big smokestacks so it wouldn't blow into Ohio or Pennsylvania, but would blow right by us, literally rendered over 700 bodies of water dead. Dead. No plants, no fish, no wildlife, no vegetation. When the Clean Air Act amendments were passed in the 90s, we saw the tide finally shift. The polluters were forced to stop, and life is coming back. You can find trout and hear the call of loons in many of the once barren lakes. That's a beautiful thought. But we're doing that 10 times over with this bill.
And in the Adirondacks, it includes $2 million, which will help restore air quality monitoring stations, which had their EPA funding cut earlier this summer. Watchdog groups and scientists say they are critical in detecting changes in temperature and other warning signs in the atmosphere.
There's $700 million for the Land and Water Conservation Fund, for Forest Legacy Funds. Some of that can go to New York to help with forest conservation. That helps sequester carbon. Some of it is a couple $1 million to reopen some of the air monitoring units here in the Adirondacks that were closed. The data collected in these lakes with monitoring led to the 1990 Clean Air Act amendments that made us reach so much progress on acid rain. Now we have an opportunity to replicate that by having this investment and then augmenting it with the continuing resolution with additional funding to fund climate monitoring research in Adirondack lakes and ecosystems.
Senator Schumer says incentives in the bill will also boost job creation across New York. He says thousands of them at industries that build green technology.